The third thing you want to be doing is to provide sufficient documentation of a bona fide marriage. Now, when you submit your one-step petition, you obviously have to submit the application forms, the filing fees, and you also have to submit a marriage certificate and any divorce decree or death certificate for a prior spouse to show that you're legally free to marry the spouse. These are basic requirements. A marriage certificate and divorce decrees for prior marriages are bare minimum. They simply show that you have a legal marriage or a valid marriage, but they're not enough to show a bona fide marriage. And so to show a bona fide marriage, you want to make sure that you're submitting things such as a joint residential lease or home mortgage statement with both your names, joint utility bills, joint tax returns, photographs of the two of you together, possibly birth certificates of children you have together, or evidence that you're trying to have children. So these are examples of some documentation that you can provide. Now, there's some documentation that are much more effective and powerful than others. So, for instance, a home mortgage statement is much more persuasive than a joint lease. A life insurance policy is much more effective than, say, a joint utility bill. And the reason is that these documents are harder to fake. So if you have a sham marriage, obviously you're probably not going to take out a home mortgage or buy a home with this person. You're not going to take out a life insurance policy where that person is the beneficiary. And so the more persuasive and more powerful the document and the harder it is to fake, the easier it will be for the service to approve the case. You also want to provide enough documents. The more you provide, the better off you are. And so the third thing you need to do is to make sure you provide sufficient evidence of a bona fide marriage.